Hello and welcome to our broadcast of tonight's game. I'm Justin Berkline.
And I'm Tyler Lochte.
It's a breezy 68-degree night here at Kelly Field for tonight's matchup against the visiting Riverdale Baptist and your Calvert Hall Cardinals. Riverdale lost last week 58-14 against Bishop McNamara, while the Cards won against St. Mary's Riken 34-14. Calvert Hall carries the momentum heading into the game, and we'll see if they take advantage of that in the presence of a strong home crowd.
Should be a fun one. We'll be back for kickoff. Live here at Kelly Field as Riverdale Baptist Crusaders take on the Calvert Hall Cardinals. Calvert Hall looking to extend their undefeated run here to start the season for the MIAA Championship. Brown will kick it off for Riverdale Baptist, and we are underway. It's an onside kick. Interesting start. Riverdale Baptist, it will be Calvert Hall football.
Very aggressive start to do an onside kick. You would have thought they would have just kicked it off normally, but they want to start on offense. However, they will not get that chance.
Riverdale Baptist, the overwhelming underdogs tonight. They trying to make a statement out here early, but it backfired. And so Amir Jenkins and this Calvert Hall offense, led by running back Sean Tucker, will have the ball first. Sean Tucker, very dangerous as a sprinter, and he will take the handoff here, trying to get outside and.
A rare sight to see from Sean Tucker. He usually gets the ball over the line of scrimmage. This time they cannot. And it's second down.
It was Daniel Wingate, the freshman, on the tackle. He'll bring up second down. The handoff now will go to Collins. There's a flag on the field. So this Calvert Hall offense, very run-oriented. Showed that out of the gate early. Coach Davis consulting quarterback Jenkins before this foul is called. Foul will be on, appears to be on Calvert Hall. So they will move the ball back.
I believe it's still second down.
So it will be second down and 20 for the Cardinals. Jenkins is dropped by Tucker. And not really the start this Calvert Hall offense wanted out of the gate, as it's now third down and long.
Calvert Hall needs a big play here in order to stay in the game. Not a great start, as you said. Jenkins from the gun. Looking, he's going to throw downfield, and it will be over the head of Kalen Wade. That will bring up fourth down. Jenkins knew he had to get the ball out, and he had to get a ball out very far. He tried to throw it, overthrew it, got out of bounds, and now they're on the punt.
So Calvert Hall will not get the start that they wanted after recovering the onside kick, getting the ball at the 46. They will only move back 10 yards, and here is the All-American Pete Moore back to punt. One of the best punters and kickers in the MIAA is going to send this one downfield. It'll take a bounce into the hands of Josh Mackey. So here comes Riverdale Baptist Crusaders trying to answer after their defense came up with quite the big stop there.
We'll have to see if Riverdale Baptist can carry this momentum with them on offense that the defense provided them. This is their chance to make a statement.
take the snap. And Bonds will go down. Good start to the game for this Calvert Hall defense. It's Chidi Ijo rising from the pile with the sack.
The offensive line just got overwhelmed there. Calvert Hall knowing what they're doing best, rushing the passer, and they got him.
There will be a loss of about 4 on the play. It will be 2nd down and long, and Jalen Bonds will be back again. Bonds will look to throw deep, and it will be over the head of wide receiver Marcus Banks. So a slow start here for Riverdale Baptist, equaling that of Calvert Hall. And it will again be 3rd down and long for Riverdale Baptist.
Riverdale lined up with 4 receivers outside.
Banks looking to throw, and he has his man. It's caught by number 2, Melvin Jacobs. There's be some confusion here. Possibly a foul here, so that will be coming back. The foul must have happened before the play, because Calvert Hall would have definitely declined it. So here we go again, 3rd and even longer for Banks. He will throw, and it will be dropped by Melvin Jacobs. So that will bring up the punt team for Riverdale Baptist, and Calvert Hall will answer with a stop of their own.
Slow start for both offenses. I wonder if that's a trend we'll be seeing this game, a very defensive game. Both offenses have something to prove, especially Calvert Hall's.
Back deep for the Hall is Kanoi Sasaki. The play clock will hit 0.
That's a delay of game.
Riverdale Baptist just can't get out of their own way here. Another penalty. So both teams have been faced with 4th and really long over this game. You don't usually see it. Punt almost blocked. Was not hit well. Ty Trin will run after it, but that will go out at around the 30. Calvert Hall will luck out again with great field position to start.
Can't ask for better than this. Beautiful field position to start. Perfect opportunity for Calvert Hall. And Amir Jenkins to start the game out strong again.
Remember, they don't need to go too far. Pete Moore is a very good kicker. But Calvert Hall, of course, wants 6. Kobe Floyd now in the backfield. In for Sean Tucker. Jenkins will hand it off to Floyd. And Floyd's not going to go very far. This run defense of Riverdale Baptist has been stellar so far. There's a flag on the field, and it's a hold on Calvert Hall. So a bit of confusion confusion, and Calvert Hall will move back. That will be a 10-yard penalty, not the start Calvert Hall was looking for here. Jenkins will drop back to throw, and he will throw, and the pass is dropped. Wayne Corbin was wide open, and that's the second drop of the night for the Cardinals.
Lots of concentration issues. You got to focus on the ball, not on who's next to you. Focus on the ball, catch it, and make the play. Calvert Hall needs to improve in that facet of the game in order to have a better start than they would have hoped for.
So Floyd will come out, Tucker back in at running back. The handoff will go to Tucker, and this time he will get away. Here's Tucker. A nice game there. So that will bring up third down. And like about 13. And Kanoy Sasaki looks unmarked. Pick up the safety on him. Jenkins looking to throw, and he will go down.
Breakdown on the offensive line of Calvert Hall. Allowed a few rushers to get in. Amir Jenkins sacked on a critical third down. We'll bring up fourth.
And that was James Walker there to make the play. And yet again, Calvert Hall will come out to punt. So consecutive 3-and-outs, 3 of them to start the game. We've seen a lot of Pete Moore. He's back out again. Moore will, this one will be fair catch called. We'll just let that one go, and then it's going to be great for Calvert Hall. Ball will be down just outside the 5.
Not making excuses, play ball! Let's go, team!
So the defense coming out hopefully to have another strong showing.
So that will bring out Jalen Bonds in this Riverdale Baptist Crusaders offense once again.
Calvert Hall defense has only allowed 34 points this season. Hoping to keep it at 34 for this game.
34 points is also the number of points Calvert Hall scored in their last game. 34-14 win at St. Mary's. Looking to build off that here. The pass will be dropped by Melvin Jacobs, and they're going to say that's a fumble and a touchdown. Yes, they will.
They called it.
Lucky break for the Hall, and the Cardinals have the lead. They will say it was a fumble from the quarterback, Jalen Bonds. He looked to be throwing to Jacobs.
So it's the Calvert Hall defense that scores first rather than the offense. Interestingly enough. So we get set up for the extra point.
Kieran O'Neal, the senior, in to try the extra point. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. Calvert Hall leads 7-0 here, and it's all defense so far, even the touchdown.
If you're a fan of defense, you love this game. Maybe this is the breakthrough that Calvert Hall needed. Maybe spark something on offense. But so Riverdale will get a second chance here as Calvert Hall prepares to kick it off.
So Pete Moore is set, and he will boot this one downfield. Bounce into the end zone. So Bonds and this Crusaders offense will come back out, hoping for points, this time for themselves.
A little bit of redemption here. The Calvert Hall defense has a ton of confidence, especially at that scoring play. We'll see how they ride on that confidence and how Riverdale responds.
And it's a shame for the Crusaders because last time out they gave up 58 to Bishop McNamara. And their defense really has played fantastic the first two drives. And they give up points, but it's their offense who gives it up. Bonds will throw, and this time the pass will be caught.
It's a completion since I don't even remember.
There's Malachi McLaughlin there in the catch. So Bonds will take the snap. He will throw again and will be caught by Woods. Not much of a gain. So that will bring up third down for the Crusaders. And they are looking to avoid another quick 3 and out here. Throwing down here for Bonds, they have yet to run the ball. Bonds trying to get through the middle, and he will go down.
Tried to climb the ladder and it couldn't make it. Calvert Hall closes in on him and he's sacked.
It was Omari Lewis making the play for the Cardinals.
Beautiful pressure by Calvert Hall. Third down, they knew. Pressure was enhanced on this play. They knew that they're going to go deep, get to the quarterback, and they sacked him. They did the job. And now Riverdale is back to punt.
LaQuire Watson will be punting, and Ty Trin and Kanoi Suzaki back for the Hall. A lot of speed there to return this. It's another punt that won't go very far, and that one will get out of bounds. About the same spot the last one did, just past the 30. So the Hall really looking to get things going on offense here. They do have points, but they're from the defensive side. Again, now at quarterback for the Hall. He's a freshman, very highly touted. And the handoff will go.
Break it.
Here goes Tucker. Touchdown, Calvert Hall.
Beautiful run by Tucker.
So So the pass-first quarterback seems to be the difference for the running game, as Tucker just goes right through. Last 2 times Cardinal has had the football in their hands, they've scored. And all of a sudden it's 13-0 Calvert Hall.
It may have started slow for Calvert Hall, but it is ramping up at record speed as we take the PAT.
O'Neal will boot this one through. It's 14-0. The Cardinals have clearly figured things out, and now Bonds and this Crusaders offense all of a sudden find themselves down by 2 scores. They need something in a hurry. Sean Spurriel back deep for Riverdale Baptist, as Pete Moore will look to send it down again. Moore will get a hold of this one. Back to the 1, and he will take it out here. Spurriel still on his feet now. He will go down. He won't even make it to the 10. Pete Moore does his job again. And Riverdale Baptist is going to have a long field.
Special teams coverage on that kickoff was amazing. It may not have looked like it at first, but they closed in on the receiver, or the returner, excuse me, and made the play.
So Bonds and the Crusaders have had a slow start. Calvert Hall woke up on their last drive. Let's see if the Crusaders can. Bonds will pitch it. That will go to Wright Jr., and he will go down. It's a fumble, and it's another Calvert Hall touchdown.
The second of the night.
It's Chidi Icho,
having himself a quarter.
making that 3 straight Calvert Hall touchdowns in the blink of an eye. And it's now 20-0.
This Calvert Hall defense really showing out tonight. Taking advantage of the weak offensive line, and they make the play.
And so O'Neal back out to kick it. And he will boot it through again. 21-0 Calvert Hall. And this could get even worse very quick.
If Riverdale wants to improve on offense, they need to take a good hard look on their offensive line. That's where that's where the play starts. And if they can improve there, they could spark. But as it looks, Calvert Hall defense making a statement early. 2 defensive touchdowns.
Keyshawn Spurriel back to return, Pete Moore to kick. This is exactly what Riverdale Baptist didn't want. They came out so good on defense and this all fell apart. Moore will boot it. Spurrill has dropped it. The ball's loose again, but it will be picked back up by Spurrill. He has a nice buck there, but he will go down at the 5. It was Nigel Henderson there on the tackle, the sophomore. And his kick coverage from Calvert Hall so far has just been fantastic.
No matter where the returner went, there was always a Calvert Hall player there. Beautiful coverage. Couldn't ask for much better.
So once again, Riverdale Baptist will start inside their own 10. Their last 2 offensive plays resulted in Calvert Hall touchdowns.
They find themselves backed up again.
And the pitch will go to Wright Jr. Jr. trying to get out of the end zone. And he will. They will mark him down at the 1.
Riverdale has no choice here but to run it.
Especially with all of the pressure brought by this Calvert Hall defensive line. Chidi Ejo, he's recovered 2 touchdowns. And he's also had a sack. He's back and looks like it will be a timeout called by Riverdale Baptist.
Gonna try and figure things out here as it's quickly falling apart for Riverdale.
Packed house here at Kelly Field. There's a mixer coming up afterwards all night long. Big hit with the freshmen, and you can hear them in full voice as this is their first home football game as students here, and they've really had a treat. You got to really feel for Riverdale Baptist. Their defense has really only made one bad play, but their offense has to start getting it going, or it's going to be a long night for them.
Calvert Hall's defense has been boosted by this home crowd for the whole night long, as you said, Tyler. Lots of help from the audience. So Riverdale comes back onto the field.
Riverdale Baptist backed up to their own end zone. Got to be careful here, or else it could be more defensive points for Calvert Hall. It will be a handoff, and it will go to Spurrill. And the ball looks loose again. And it looks like Riverdale Baptist will fall on it this time.
Calvert Hall defense forcing a lot of fumbles here. Gotta think Riverdale has to have better ball security.
That's a big play made there in Spurrill, because now they have a little bit more room. And they've definitely been a pass-first offense so far today, and Bonds could definitely use those 5 yards.
A little bit more breathing room here.
The whistle is blown. There will be a foul. Should be a delay of game by Riverdale Baptist. here we go. Bonds will hand it off to our new player in.
Seems there's an injured Crusader.
Who ran, I think. There's an injured player now for Riverdale Baptist. The injured player there, Anthony Johnson. Good to see he is up on his feet. And yet again, we will see Watson to punt it away. Sasaki and Trin back for the Hall.
No margin for error here for Riverdale.
That one will just roll on the ground and it will get past Trin. This is actually the best punt of the day from Riverdale Baptist. Trin cutting back, making a move and go down at the 47-yard line.
Made a guy miss, but couldn't get much after that.
There's a foul on the field.
So last week, Riverdale allowed 284 yards of rushing and 6 rushing touchdowns last week. You got to think that Calvert Hall is going to try and attack that. Use Sean Tucker in their first little running game.
Well, early on, it looked like Crusaders had figured out the Calvert Hall rush, stopping Tucker and then Floyd. But then Tucker broke off that back-breaking touchdown run. and really kind of blew this game open.
They look like an entirely different defense in the first drives of the game, but now we'll have to see if they can revert back to their first drive selves. As Calvert Hall looks to keep this momentum running, especially with their attack of the running game.
And as we talk about Calvert Hall's run-first tendencies, now the pass-first freshman, Noah Bronick, is now coming in again. Hasn't had a chance to throw yet today. It was only snap. He handed it off to Tucker, and he took it all the way.
Gotta think maybe he might be the spark that Calvert Hall offense needs, but we'll have to see. He's got much to prove, especially as a freshman.
So this drive will start for the Cardinals, and it looks like the 49. We'll move back. There's a penalty on the play. So Calvert Hall will start this drive on their own 44. Still a short field. Should be manageable. Brennick, the handoff will not get much. It was Ray Glass there on the carry. Brannick, this time he will drop back to throw. And the pass will be caught by Kalen Wade. And that will be a first down for the Hall.
Beautiful throw to an open receiver. Both guys did their jobs, and they did their jobs well. Got to carry that momentum with them.
So they will keep Brannick in the game here. You can see the potential of the freshman. He's got a bullet. And he will drop back to throw again. He's got Sasaki. And that should be enough for another Calvert Hall first down.
That was a tough throw to make, and he made it. Already showing some excitement for this offense. Showing out.
Brannick leading them down the field. Jenkins really couldn't early on. Brannick will keep it. And he will try to throw it. It's knocked down. He was looking for Wayne Corbin. Good defense there by the Crusaders towards the incompletion. Still in the game for the Hall.
Obviously, completely switched philosophies here, throwing a lot instead of running. Completely changing up their offensive identity.
Seems to be working. The handoff will go to Glass as he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't look like he will be able to. So Kobe Floyd will come in to replace him. And it looks like that's going to do it for the first quarter. The score is the Calvert Hall Cardinals 21, Riverdale Baptist Crusaders nothing. And Cardinals are driving. We'll be back. go, we're back now as Brannick will look to throw, looking end zone, and it's over the head of Wade.
Just a little bit too much oomph there.
Well, there's no denying he's got an arm.
It's definitely shown it this game.
We'll bring up 4th down, and Pete Moore doing a great job on punts and kickoffs.
See if Calvert Hall can get their first field goal of the night.
Sean Ketchen in the hole. Good snap, good hold, and the kick from Moore is good. Pete Moore adds 3 more to the Cardinals' lead. It's now 24-0. Capping off a nice drive there by the freshman Brannick. Sign of good things to come from the Hall.
In the past 2 drives this freshman has been in, it's led to scoring drives. The first snap he took was a running touchdown, Sean Tucker, and now it's a field goal. Spells promise for this Calvert Hall offense, who has completely shifted identities from running to passing. We'll see how Riverdale adjusts.
So Moore set to kick off. Back deep again, still Spurrill. That one will go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback, and in a way that's not what the Hall wanted. This will be the best start of the day for the Crusaders.
Now, as I said before, this offensive line has to protect their quarterback. The quarterback can't do much when he's on the ground looking up. Calvert Hall will try to continue their defensive dominance of this game. Riverdale desperately needs to make a statement here. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a big play. Excuse me.
Bonds will hand it off. That's a good run there by Swearinger. Shot by the Hall.
Calvert Hall all over that. It's a loss of yardage.
This Hall defense really has stepped up today, as the Crusaders have not really been threatening once. Bonds will look to keep it, and that's not going to go very far. That will bring up 3rd down. So Bonds out again. Look to throw. Firing deep, and it is almost intercepted. Jalen Conway.
Defense has been all over the ball this game. Seems wherever the ball is, Calvert Hall is as well.
Jalen Conway looked to have it in his hands, and it looked like Carter Celio just ran right into him, knocked the ball right out, but there's a problem here. Bonds is down.
He may have gotten shaken up on the play.
This is the worst possible thing. Riverdale Baptist, their starting QB to go down. Bonds back to his feet. That's a very good sign. The backup quarterback is Maurice Brown, a sophomore. See him warming up on the sideline. So Watson will be back to punt again. Ty Trin and Kanoe Sasaki, a lot of speed between them. Return for Calvert Hall. And that kick is blocked and it's picked up. Touchdown, Calvert Hall. It was Jaden Beckles.
And this amazing night for the Calvert Hall special teams just keeps coming. Beautiful coverage, and now a blocked kick for a touchdown.
That's the third non-offensive touchdown of the night for Calvert Hall. And how about that play by Beckles? He did it all himself. Score now 30-0 in favor of the Hall. So O'Neal will come out again for the fourth time to try to add on another point. And that one will go through. 31-0, the Hall lead with 9:40 to go in the second quarter. Once again, Pete Moore will kick it back. Spurrier back deep to return. Moore will boot this one into the end zone, another touchback. So in comes the Calvert Hall defense again. What a night they've had.
Completely dominating passing game and the running game. And with a new quarterback, we'll see what adjustments they make, if any. Calvert Hall defense has to be careful of any surprises that they could throw at them. They're desperate for points, up 31-0, and it's still only the second quarter.
Will be a new quarterback in. It's the senior, Jonte Davis. The handoff will go to Wright Jr. And the ball is out again. Diving on top of it was Anthony Sarah.
It's a fumble affair for this Calvert Hall defense.
It's the fourth time tonight that the ball is come loose from this Crusader offense. Quite impressive. That ball really traveled a long way after being fumbled. Timeout will be called. Jonte Davis, and now one of only 6 seniors in this Crusader lineup. Davis is going to heave it downfield, and it is incomplete. A flag is thrown. And it looks like they're going to call pass interference on Jordan Hall.
It's something Riverdale Baptist needed.
That's going to be their biggest play of the game.
Not many mistakes made tonight by the defense. This may be their first.
Well, let's see how Riverdale Baptist respond. They're working on setting the ball here.
Riverdale desperately needing yards, points. This could be a nice opportunity to grab some.
Davis is gonna go down.
Calvert Hall defensive line again putting pressure on the quarterback.
That time it was DJ Wade getting in there, making the play. So that will bring up 3rd down. Everybody getting involved for this Calvert Hall defense. Chidi Ijo has more touchdowns than anybody else in this game. And he's on the defense. DJ Wade getting some sacks. Looks like it's going to be another delay of game.
That is not something Riverdale would have wanted.
How about this? The Crusaders have, it seems like, trillion delay games so far. They've got to get this under control. So here's Davis. He will throw. The pass will be caught. It's Melvin Jacobs. And then we'll get all those yards back.
The big game Riverdale was hoping for, and they got it on a big throw.
Jacobs clearly the go-to receiver of this Crusader offense. Here is Davis. Davis looking downfield, and a flag will be thrown. It's Jordan Hall again.
That's the second of the night. Now we'll give Riverdale
Pass was
some more.
intended for Malachi McGuire. It's a second costly pass interference on Jordan Hall.
I would not be surprised if they tried to target Jordan Hall, as he's already made two costly penalties. They might try to grab some more out of him.
All right in front of us. He's covering McLaughlin. Davis looking to throw again. Escaping, throwing. Is incomplete. Jaheim Henderson is there for the stop.
Riverdale getting more yards here than they have all night on offense. Whatever they're doing, it's working. Calvert Hall defense needs to step up.
Davis in the shotgun. Will look to throw again over the middle, and he's looking for Jacobs. That will bring up third down.
Overthrown there.
There's a new quarterback in now.
Interesting choice.
And he's going to keep it. That's a great run.
There's a flag.
It was Sean Johnson on the run, and there's another flag on the field.
A little bit of confusion here. Riverdale moves up closer due to the foul. An excellent field position here to make something happen.
Here is Johnson. looking to throw. Pass is caught by McLaughlin. That's a nice tackle there made by Siebels, bringing up second down.
Textbook tackle there. Can't get much better than that.
Sean Johnson, the sophomore QB, will take the snap. Johnson's going to keep it. Johnson to the outside, and that's going to be another first down for the Crusaders.
Calvert Hall may have gotten confident, a little too confident. Riverdale taking advantage.
Riverdale Baptist really putting together probably the best drive of the day we've seen so far, because all of Calvert Hall have been short field. Here is Sean Johnson again. And the handoff will go to Spurrill.
Already a flag.
Flag will be thrown. Entering the game, linebacker Adam Bartos will come in for Josh Mackey. So defensive change, Calvert Hall needs to slow this down as Johnson's really been firing. Johnson, he's going to pitch it, and so the flag is down again. And it was a false start. DJ Wade came right through. Chance there at the sack had like not been thrown, but Carter Celio will come in, facing Will Agudo. Two juniors swapping there, and Johnson again in the shotgun. He will look to throw this time. He's got McLaughlin. McLaughlin's got it. And the tackle is made there by Celio. That will bring up second down.
Seems Riverdale has found their rhythm passing the ball finally. 31 points later.
Well, better late than never.
Calvert Hall needs to find a way to stop this immediately and squander this momentum that they have been picking up.
This Riverdale Baptist offense starts so slow. I didn't think it was possible for them to put together a drive like this, but they've been fantastic here. Throwing in zone, McLaughlin. It's incomplete.
Intercepted. But in the end, it's just a pass defense.
For a second there, like McLaughlin was trying to reach on Randall. Houston Martin to make the catch.
Brings up third down.
Here is Johnson. timeout has been called. It will be 3rd and long. For Sean Johnson and the Crusader offense. Johnson looking, throwing, and it was almost intercepted again. That'll bring up 4th down and down 31-0. You've got to think that the Crusaders are going to keep the offense on the field here.
You might as well keep their offense out there. Try and get something, especially down 31. Desperate for points, and you're finally in the best field position you've ever had all game. Gotta think they gotta like where they are. Calvert Hall needs a stop though.
So this crowd here at Kelly Field on their feet. Johnson looking. He's gonna throw a jump ball to the end zone, and it was almost intercepted. Pass was intended for Melvin Jacobs.
So the Riverdale offense, which their drive had been going pretty well, stalled, and now Calvert Hall has the ball. Tucker will run it, and he runs. Pardon me, that's Kobe Floyd. In for Tucker. Lost his shoe there. Picks up a solid gain. Gets the 1st down. Hands it off to Floyd again. And this time Riverdale gets to him. Minimal gain of 1 yard. It's now 2nd down. So something of note, Amir Jenkins is back in the game. Brannock was taken out. Jenkins takes a snap, fires, and it's dropped by Kobe Floyd. Brings up 3rd down. Calvert Hall would like to keep the Riverdale offense off the field. They like to run, and Kobe Floyd takes it for a big gain, keeps going, and he is down around the 40-yard line. A big gain. Calvert Hall going back to its roots as a run-first team with Amir back in. There's a timeout called. So Riverdale tries to figure out what's going on. Seems to be an injured Riverdale Baptist player on the field. Trainers will have a look.
Great glass in the game now. Taking out Kobe Floyd after that big run.
Taking a little break.
Jenkins throwing, and it's dropped. It was Justin Collins. Well, this is really interesting here that they're putting Jenkins back in the game with it already in hand. But maybe they want to see how the starting quarterback can lead a drive as
Did you do this tonight too?
the starting positions of their drives so far have been really far back. Jenkins will hand it off. Here's Floyd, and they will lose yardage there. We'll bring up third down.
Big play coming from Amir. As he looks to take back his offense.
The red gold chant heard from the Oysters student section as Jenkins will look deep to throw. He's got Collins downfield, and the pass will fall incomplete. But a flag is thrown.
That was almost caught. It was a well-thrown ball, but it's thrown into double coverage.
It was not a bad throw from Jenkins. Collins had the ball there on the go route, but just couldn't hang on. Last year, Amir Jenkins mostly just handed the ball off, but you can definitely tell he's got much more of a role here in this offense.
I say he feels a lot more comfortable here than he did in the beginning of the game. Seemed very uncomfortable. Now coming back, taking charge of his offense.
So it looks like roughing the passer will be the call, and that will bring a new set of downs for the Hawk.
4 receivers lined up outside.
It's Ray Glass in the backfield. Jenkins looking to throw to Glass, and just over his head.
That will bring up second down.
That's a problem whenever you're trying to throw it to a running back. There's not much height there.
Any D lineman could get their hand around that. He affected the play.
Dylan Pensick entering the game at wide receiver. Jenkins looking to throw again. And he will look for Pensick down the field, and it will be incomplete. But there's another flag down.
Lots of great passes by Amir this drive.
That one looked like it could have been caught, but it was tough. He was diving. Can't be too unfair to him.
Amir Jenkins showing a lot of potential. And if his receivers and him could just click, he just needs one play, and it seems like they're moving back.
So this time the penalty will be against the Cardinals, and they will move back. Flag still on the field. And now the ref has remembered to pick it up. You could use that later. Jenkins throwing. Incomplete again, and
A little too low of a throw there.
that time it was Nick Morris, and these receivers are not doing any favors to the quarterback so far. Pick up third down and pretty long here. Just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. Toby Floyd in at running back. Jenkins will look to throw, and he will. And the receiver went down and almost intercepted. Justin Collins looked like he was tripped. There'll be no call. And Johnny Fenwick found himself wide open in the end zone. That interception would have counted. It looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here.
Interesting choice by Calvert Hall, but we'll see what Amir Jenkins can do on a 4th and very long.
They're going to need over 20 yards.
A lot of faith in Amir Jenkins.
So Jenkins will look to throw, and this time it will be caught.
Wide open.
It's Saul Nixon. And it looks like the Cardinals will have enough for a first down there.
Interesting play call there, but they execute, and they do get the first down.
So they will
Ball
stop
spiked.
the clock with 10.8 to go.
Calvert Hall looking for 6 here. It would be their second offensive touchdown of the game if they get there. Hoping not to settle for another field goal and increase this deficit from 31.
So 10.8 to go. Ward standing on the sideline. He's ready to go, but they're going to keep Jenkins and the offense out there. Jenkins throwing. It's caught by Collins this time. And Calvert Hall will call a timeout with 1.1 to go.
Seems like they'll bring their field goal unit. Settle for a field goal. 0.11 seconds left on the clock.
Pete Moore has already made his one field goal attempt tonight. Hasn't had to kick any of the extra points that he's been using.
So Calvert Hall going back to Amir had a very successful drive. So you get up to field goal range for Moore.
So here is Pete Moore to make this a 34-0 game. Snap, good hold, and the kick is good. And Calvert Hall will go into halftime up 34-0.
It was a sloppy start for the first couple drives for Calvert Hall, but they figured it out. A little bit of quarterback controversy here, but they find their identity, they go back to it, and they put up 34 points in the first half.
I think that's very promising for the Hall for two different quarterbacks to play fantastic here in the first half.
Both playing very well tonight. Riverdale's going to need to make some serious adjustments second half to possibly start a comeback attempt, but Calvert Hall holds all of the momentum right now on offense and defense. 2 defensive touchdowns.
And I think that when you see changes, I think that very positive one was bringing in Sean Johnson, the quarterback there. What a drive he led. resulted in no points, but it really got the offense going.
They just need to find what they did good, especially with Johnson, and just keep that going.
All right, well, we will be back in about 10 minutes for the second half. back here for the second half. It will be Kieran O'Neill to kick off. O'Neill will boot it downfield, and Spurrill will catch this one, trying to take it back. And he will not get very far, and will continue.
Let's see if Riverdale can keep that spark on offense that they found last half and try and continue it here. Let's see if Calvert Hall can try and snuff that spark while it's still early.
So Sean Johnson will be back in at quarterback. He had a great drive just before the half, but wound up with no points.
An easy choice to put him back.
Wright Jr. in the backfield. The handoff will go to Wright Jr. And he will get to the outside, and it'll be his best run of the day.
Riverdale attacking the outside run. They had been trying to run inside.
The doors are now open. If you wish to leave the gate and head into the all night long, please do so calmly and slowly. Thank you.
Riverdale back out.
Initiates the mass exodus of underclassmen as they proceed.
That's right.
Across the street to the dance.
Losing a big section of the audience here. See if Calvert Hall defense can still maintain dominance as
Johnson rolling outside, gonna try to flip it off, and it was caught by Wright.
somehow caught that on the run throw.
That's kind of confusing as to why he caught it. If he would have dropped it, they actually would have been better off.
Interesting choice there. That's sets up a third down.
Nice catch rather nonetheless.
Defense picking up where they left off in the beginning stages of the first quarter. Already third down.
Are you taking? Okay.
Johnson under center. Handoff to Wright Jr. Not going to get much there.
Quickly tackled.
Fourth down and 34-0. They will go for it.
I mean, you have to. When you're down 34-0 and it's the second half, you need to create some sort of spark, as I was talking about.
I don't really think the departure of the underclassmen is going to hurt Calvert Hall too much. They've really been great tonight.
Especially on fourth down, I would imagine a blitz, pressure the quarterback. This offensive line for Riverdale Baptist has not been too great.
This is a very talented defensive line for Calvert Hall. We've made a lot of big plays today. Johnson throwing. The pass is caught.
Was it enough? I think it was.
It's Joseph Towler, the freshman.
And they convert fourth down.
Riverdale Baptist team definitely trying to get something going here.
Pick up where they left off, perhaps.
Sean Johnson is really the only light in an otherwise dark offense. Johnson's going to pitch it. And this is a great run here by Wright. That's going to be another Crusader first down.
Calvert Hall cannot loosen up now, especially when they're gaining all of this yardage. You have to stop this here and now, and you cannot let Riverdale Baptist make a statement here early in the second half. Excuse me.
And you never know. I've seen crazier things happen on this field. here is Johnson. He's going to keep it, and he will go nowhere. J.K. Kelly and D.J. Wade were right there to bring him down.
Quarterback draw does not work there. This Calvert Hall's all over it.
Second down now. You have to think that they will go back to right at least one more time in this drive. This has been great in this second half. Won't do it here. Johnson trying to escape, and it was DJ Wade there again. Nice play there. It'll be his second sack of the night.
This Cardinals defensive line is having a field day against this Riverdale offensive line.
We haven't even seen Chidi Ijo in the second half. He scored 2 touchdowns off fumbles in the first. Johnson, the snap was low, but he takes it and he tries to pitch it, and that's a live ball. And it's picked up. It's going to be Josh Mackey. There was a whistle.
It's not called yet.
Should be a touchdown. They're going to say it was an incomplete pass.
Interesting call there. That would have been their third defensive touchdown had they gotten that, but it's called incomplete, and their punter is out.
Would have been their fourth if you include Beckles' blocked punt touchdown.
Also, a shout out to the special teams.
And that punt just goes straight up in the air.
Almost blocked.
Take a decent bounce. Actually, a very decent bounce.
Considering how high that went, I wouldn't have imagined that it would have gone that far, but it goes down, and Calvert Hall's back on offense.
Amir Jenkins has his pads off, and his shoulder is under ice, so that will mean that Sean Ketchum will come out to lead the offense.
Solid night for Amir, but let's see what the freshman can do with his promise.
Ketchum will hand it off, and that will be a dog pile here. At the bottom of it was Demir Sables.
Fights for around 4 yards.
Connor McGeehan now entering the game, as well as Saul Nixon. New wideouts here for the Hall.
Yeah, I know.
Ketchum will hand it off. And that's a solid run there again by Siebels.
Lost his footing a little bit, but he was able to get a lot more out of that and move the chains.
Ketchum looking to throw. And he's got a man downfield.
However, there was a flag.
He had Henderson there, and there's a flag on the field. And it's going to be offensive pass interference. Looks like it's going to be on Connor McGeehan. Wasn't even targeted there. I don't know what just happened.
Again, talking with Davis, Coach Davis.
that's a very costly penalty. It's moved the Cardinals back 15 yards. And the drive installing here.
See what the freshman can do.
This guy's a senior.
Pardon me, senior.
Ketchin will hand it off, and it will not be as successful as a run there by Sievers. Smith now in the backfield for the Hawk. Second down and long. He's going to look to throw. And the pass will be caught. It's Augie Maselli. Flag down.
That might take back the nice game that Calvert Hall got.
So Maselli will come off. That was a nice catch.
Beautiful throw and catch, but it's coming back.
This has got to be a record. Calvert Hall needs to get to the 36 at their own 31. And they will hand it off. There's a nice run by Ryan Levinson.
That may have been a big game, but unfortunately, it was second of Miles. They're still going to have to go back, and it seems like there's an injured player, injured Crusader.
And that was a great gain. It went for 16, and they're still not even halfway there.
Brings up third down. Calvert Hall trying to figure out what they're going to do here on a third and very long.
So Ketchin will drop back to throw. And he will heave it downfield, and that pass will be incomplete. He was looking for Caleb Futrell. Bring up fourth down, and the punt team will come on.
That was a nice throw, but the receiver just couldn't bring it in. I'll bring more on. We've seen plenty of more tonight. This comes back again for another punt. Some confusion.
Play clock will hit 0, and now Calvert Hall will have a delayed game of their own. punt here from Moore. Not a bad one. And that will take a Calvert Hall bounce inside the 10.
Beautiful punt. Can't say I expected less.
Pete Moore is one of the best.
All-American for a reason. Calvert defense looks to take on the Riverdale offense, who hopes to bring back what they started in the late stages of the first half. Some adjustments on the Calvert Hall defense.
Johnson throwing, and the pass is caught by McLaughlin. Nice game there for the Crusaders.
So he targeted Jordan Hall again.
Yeah, Jordan Hall did have those two big pass interference penalties earlier in this game, but he has not played too bad. He's held McLaughlin, who is a very good wide receiver there, number 2, to a fairly quiet night.
It's a tough job keeping him quiet. Hall still doing a great job, as he said.
So Johnson, he's going to keep it, and he's going to try to throw it again. Here's McLaughlin again. He was out of bounds, but there's another flag on the field. We'll take out J.K. Kelly. Sophomore, he's known on the lacrosse field.
Riverdale picking up a little bit of steam.
So they will reiterate that the pass was incomplete.
Not be surprised here if Riverdale goes back to their trusty wide receiver, McLaughlin.
It will not. The pitch is to Sigo. And what a run that is. Sprill.
The shifty back, it's the first down.
And there's a player down here.
For Riverdale.
So Johnson and this Crusader offense will get back onto the field here. The pitch will go to Spruell. And he's got speed outside. That will be another penalty flag.
Seems like that may have been a holding on Riverdale Baptist as the ball moves back. What would have been an otherwise decent gain. It's moved back. Still first down.
So here is Johnson. First down for the Crusaders. Time ticking away here in the third quarter. And yet again, we'll have a stoppage of play. This time it's going to be a timeout.
Calvert Hall defense is trying to keep Riverdale Baptist at bay, but they keep hurting themselves with penalties, and we'll have to see if the refs do the work for them. But this defense has been outstanding tonight. Plenty of scoring on the defensive side. Certainly I wouldn't expect.
The offense has really only accounted for 13 out of the 34 points.
It's crazy how much this defense has impacted this game. From the defensive line to the secondary, they've all played well. They've all played excellent, and they've executed their play perfectly. Sorry. There have been a couple mistakes, but nobody's perfect. Riverdale goes back on the field after the timeout. Here we go.
So here is Johnson. He will hand it off to Wright. Wright trying to get to the outside, and will come crashing into that Calvert Hall bench.
Second down.
So Johnson again under center. Handoff will go to Wright. Wright. Correction, it's Spruell. And a decent game there.
Still doesn't net them the first, but they get a little bit closer as it's third down.
It will now be third down and 5.
If they can't make it here, I also imagine that Riverdale would go for it on fourth down. It's desperation time.
Johnson looking to throw. Pass will be caught by McLaughlin, fighting for the first down. He will get close. I don't think he got there.
Trying to get McLaughlin into the game, get their playmakers, but it doesn't work. It's fourth down. They've got one more shot.
And they will need 2 yards here.
Sounds easy enough on paper, but against this Cardinals defense and this defensive line, might prove to be more than a challenge.
The pitch. Here's Spriol, and he will get the first down.
Got the first down and some.
He will keep this Crusader drive alive.
Trying to march their way down into the end and hopefully pick up their first points of the game. They have been shut out as the third quarter is starting to run out, but they're going to take the play anyways.
And that will be the end of the third quarter. The score, Calvert Hall Cardinals 34. Riverdale Baptist nothing. No score from either team there in the third quarter.
Defensive affair so far. And although the students have left for the Hall Night Long Dance, there's still a sizable crowd here in Kelly Field.
Well, maybe the upperclassmen leaving was bad luck, as Calvert Hall have not scored since. So we might need to run back into the gym and bring them back out here.
Tell them to come back.
Riverdale starts to get some going. And it's not going to be going here as Johnson going to throw. He will just flip it up, and that was a very smart play.
Smart play by Johnson just to throw it out. Don't take the sack. You've already taken a bunch of sacks before by this Calvert Hall defensive line. There's a flag.
He also threw it away from Andrew Glover. Nearby, the chance to pick it off, but there is a flag on the field. And it will be intentional grounding on Johnson there. So, as we commended him for such an effort.
There was nobody in the area. I thought there was somebody, but clearly I was wrong. The ref thought otherwise. So it'll be intentional grounding, and Riverdale's sent back.
Maybe you really would have been better off taking the sack. Snap again, and he's going to pitch it. And here's Sprill.
Big hit. Could hear that from the booth.
It looks like they've stuck with their return specialist receiver to run the ball here, and he's done a pretty nice job, wouldn't you say?
I would. He was making some holes, making some people miss, but offensive line's got to offer him better protection if they want to have any kind of hope to come back 34-0 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Two running backs in the backfield.
And that snap is low, and Johnson's just going to fall on it.
Very unlucky drive for Riverdale. This is fourth down. It's fourth and very long, and it seems like they're going to go for it. Talk it over. And big play needs to happen here. A miracle is what they need. Whether the prayer will be answered or not, we'll find out shortly. But I would imagine a blitz from Calvert Hall.
Johnson. He's going to look to throw, heaving it downfield for Spruill, and he will not be able to make the catch. So now the Cardinals will come back on offense.
They cannot convert on 4th down, and they knew they needed a deep shot. They went, couldn't convert, and now Calvert Hall's back. The senior Ketchen leading the charge. Let's put this game away. Calvert Hall. It's exactly 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
In at running back is DeMar Siebels. You see him more often on the defensive side. He's another senior. This is a very old running back row here. We've got Floyd, Glass, and Tucker, all seniors. And that will third hard, and
There's a flag.
field.
See what the call is.
And possibly pass interference from somebody. Calvert Hall also confused.
Seems like the 2 penalties offset.
So we will be right back where we started.
Back on 2nd down.
And the handoff will go to Kai Smith. And Smith finds a hole.
He's got running room.
Smith all the way. Touchdown, Calvert Hall.
Another rushing touchdown for this team. Plenty of his fellow teammates go over to congratulate him. It was a beautiful run, broke a few tackles, and by then, he was just gone. He turned on the burners and he went.
Kai Smith is more often than not a defensive back, but you can see the speed there. It's an incredible play. Calvert Hall's first points in the second half come there, and Misselli will now be in as the holder, as O'Neal will look to make it 41-0. Snap was low, and it's going to be a fake. Throwing, and it's caught, but just short.
Interesting to run a fake there.
It was Kalen Wade who made the catch. I don't know if that was designed or not. The snap looked low. Augie Misselli picked it up and had to make a play with it. And he kind of did. I mean, the pass was completed, and Augie Misselli is a wide receiver, so not a bad effort.
It might have been an improvisation, or it could have been a design play call, but I can't imagine it was a design play call, especially when you're up 40-0. Imagine you want to put this game away. It might have been just been a low snap and try to make something out of it.
So, with around 8 minutes to go, So the rule in the MIAA states that once a team is up by 35 or more, it is a running clock. So the only way that this clock will be stopped is by timeouts or injury timeouts. So the rest of this game will go by pretty quickly.
So like someone tuned in to watch it. Washington, Rollins. Some people watch Jordan Series Let's go. This one should
So here comes the Calvert Hall defense looking to close this one out.
Really has been a great game tonight for the Hall on all sides of the ball. We had some great throws by Brannick, some great throws by James, and Sean Ketchen getting in there and leading some nice drives. The defense has just been dominant, scoring twice, and special teams also had a touchdown. So it's a team win, and that is almost intercepted.
So close.
It was Liam Kammer. And how close was that?
I thought he had it, and then he just dropped it. Gotta reel that one in, but
Kammer, mostly a running back, does not get on the field much as a safety, but had a big chance to make a play there.
brings up second down.
And new quarterback in here. It is Maurice Brown. And Brown will just run that one. He was lucky there, he didn't get sacked. Approaching 5 minutes to go here.
And remember, the clock is always running.
So here is Brown, the sophomore. Heaving it downfield, and that one will be incomplete. He was looking for Philip Omataiga.
Jordan Hall in the coverage.
It was a solid play there by Jordan Hall. He had a bit of a rough first half, but clearly he has recovered.
Definitely redeeming himself. Having a great second half. And so is the secondary. For the most part, it's been the defensive line that's been showing up, but the secondary has been the unsung hero of this game.
The quarterback in here, it's Davis again. He started the drive, probably the best one of the game. Late in the first half for the Crusaders. It was finished by Sean Johnson.
Once again, Hall Night Long is now open. Go to the dance through the Hall Night Long entrance gate at the end of the stadium. Thank you.
So the QB carousel will continue back on. It's Noah Brownick, the only freshman on this team, and yet he's already won himself the backup quarterback role. He's seen a lot of minutes tonight. It's Liam Kammer who almost had the interception on defense now in the game at running back. Braddock's going to throw. He got a block from Kammer, and he will get out of the backfield.
That'll be a 1-yard gain, and it'll bring us a second down.
So Sean Ketchen's coming in, but it's not for Braddock. They're going to put him at wide receiver.
Interesting choice here.
Shades of Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco, where one of them is outside. Maybe even Taysom Hill. We've seen it before.
We'll have to see if they emulate either of those two players.
Brannick fakes the handoff. He's going to throw to Ketchen, and
Too high.
goes well over his head. So 2:30 now to go.
Ketchen's still out there. They're going to try again.
Are you going to try to run the ball here, even though it's third down? It's been very successful. That is what they will do. It's Kammer. Still on his feet.
Kammer, keep
going. From Kammer. He will get all the way down inside the 5.
Takes a big hit.
Breaking a couple of tackles there, and everybody running the football today has done a great job for the Hall.
Showing his elusiveness there. I'll give him an A+ on that. Would have been a lot better had he gotten to the end zone, but you can't ask for much better than that.
I think you got to give it to him now. You got to reward that effort. Video game moves there from Liam Cameron. They now have the ball at the 4. Brannick looking for Davis for inspiration. Still Cameron in the backfield. And they will hand it off this time to Nick Morris, and he will lose yardage.
Not much there. That brings us to 2nd down. Gotta imagine they're gonna try and just punch this one out. The clock's still running, approaching a minute left. Just try and milk this clock out and close this game.
So Calvert Hall will now have the ball. It appears to be the 7-yard line. Brannick gonna throw. End zone, and that one is intercepted.
So break.
Freshman Marcus Banks. Clock is winding down. Timeout has been called. So it looks like there will be time for one more play.
Now the freshman has showed potential, but he still has room for improvement here. Throwing a red zone interception. He has shown plenty of good today, however. I'm very impressed with how he played and led his team to a likely victory.
And I think that this team's going to be really fun next year. You look at Brannick, of course, QB. You still have Jenkins. And then you'll have Liam Cameron, who just put on the entire defense on skates there. And you also have Kai Smith, who scored that crazy long touchdown. So definitely plenty of options, even though most of the receiving core is retiring.
Gotta imagine they can get really creative with Brannick and Jenkins.
It's a nice 1-2 punch. Johnson back in, and
Sliding
diving was McLaughlin, couldn't make the catch, and clock's winding down.
Tried the slide for the catch, couldn't make it.
So Riverdale Baptist are not going to run another play, and as the clock winds down, it's going to be Calvert Hall who will stay undefeated.
Shutting out Riverdale Baptist and leaving their total points allowed this season at 34.
And even if they would have given up 34 just tonight, it still would have been enough. What an effort from the Hall in every facet of the game. 40-0.
It was just a beautiful game. As he said, all 3 sides of the ball clicked. It may have started rough early, but they found their click very soon, very quickly. With the special teams, great coverage, special teams touchdown on a blocked punt. And you've got 2 defensive touchdowns, I believe. Very dominant defense. And you had 2 quarterbacks start. You had Amir Jenkins and you had the freshman, Brannick, play. They both played extremely well.
I don't think you can choose one player from the Hall as the player of the game. I mean,
I would give them all. I would say all the players get player of the game. They all played well.
I guess you could say Pete Morey didn't make both of his field goals and he punted well, but I mean, look at Sheedy Ejo covering the fumble for the touchdown. You look at Kai Smith and Sean Tucker, both had long touchdown runs.
A lot of standouts today in the Calvert Hall team. A very great showing against Riverdale Baptist.
Once again, the final score, Calvert Hall 40, Riverdale Baptist nothing. It's Tyler Lochte
And Justin Berkline
signing off.